Hello and welcome to Songs of Conquest. This is an indie strategy game in the style of games like Heroes of Might and Magic and other turn-based strategy games of the 1990s. Very much a tribute to those kinds of games. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be jumping into a skirmish map just to kind of give an overview of the gameplay and to kind of show it in action. So we're going to be doing a custom skirmish on a community-made map called Dwellings of Grimkeep. I'm going to be playing as the faction of Arleon, which is the kind of go-to humanoid / forest creature faction, although the game does try to avoid completely overdoing it on the cliches. We're going to throw in an AI player, and we're going to have the AI player represent the faction of Barrier, which is a kind of mercenary desert faction, I suppose. The reason I'm picking Barrier is because I guess the antithesis to Arleon is probably the faction of Loth, which is the undead cultist faction, but I feel like that particular matchup is kind of played out, so we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be up against Barrier, we're going to be playing Dwellings of Grimkeep, as I mentioned. We're going to be sticking with all the standard map settings, just to show off what that's like. And we're going to pick our wielder, which is, for those of you who've played Heroes of Might and Magic, this is effectively our hero, our leader. So there are quite a few choices here. As we kind of go through them, we can see they all have different stats, they have different starting forces, and different skills. But my personal choice would be Baron Silverlink, because he comes with a specialization of +1 troop movement, which is very powerful, particularly on usually very slow units. His starting skill is Taxes, which is more useful for a backup wielder, but should still be fine. I think his specialization is so good that it can definitely be justified. Okay, so Dwellings of Grimkeep, let's jump in. I will explain the basics. So this is our town. We have 2 building sites that we start off with, and each turn we can construct 1 building on 1 building site. We can also upgrade our town. We have up to 5 different tiers available to us. This is the Fortress of Moorkeep. Right now it's the very lowest tier, which means we do just have 2 small building sites available to us. And it does help to plan out what you're doing in advance, because as we grow this town, we will have medium dwellings and large dwellings, and each of the medium dwellings, if you look at how you upgrade them from tier 1 to tier 2, for example, you can see that they do come with various requirements. So if we were to go for the castle, for example, in a medium dwelling, this requires the Peasant Hut first, which is one of the small buildings, and if we upgrade it to tier 2, it will require the Quarry as well. So those are 2 buildings that we definitely want to go for if we were to go for the castle. The castle allows us to recruit the Knights and the Fists of Order, which are very good melee units with a good amount of health, really good resistance to range damage, and also similar to the champions from Heroes of Might and Magic, they will do more damage the more hexes they move before attacking. So we can see they have the Charger skill, which is listed at the bottom, which gives us +10 melee offense for each additional step we take. And I'm not completely sold on going for this, because I do think that the Barracks and the Faey Grove are potentially better, because each of these allows us to accumulate 2 different units instead of just 1. However, I think with Baron Silverlink, because his units do get an extra move, going for the castle and the Fists of Order does sound quite interesting to me. So tier 1 we need Peasant Hut and Quarry. So the Peasant Hut is going to allow us to recruit militia. Costs 1,000 gold and 4 wood, which we do start off with. The Quarry produces 1 stone per round, but I think for now let's just go straight for the Peasant Hut. Let's try and actually build up our forces a bit. Let's move our wielder to the south. Let's start picking up some resources. We'll go to the milestone, which gives us a bit of extra movement, and we'll open this up. So it's an extra 2,300 gold. So we have a choice: we can go east or we can go south. I think for now we're not really strong enough to take much on, although there is a camp, and the camp will give us some extra units. So we immediately get 14 extra militia. So previously we had 2 militia, now we have 16. Obviously quite a big improvement. That is as far as we can move for this turn. We can't recruit any extra wielders because we need to upgrade our town or pick up a new one. So let's just end the turn there. So the Peasant Hut has been completed. Let's go for the Quarry next. And let's continue picking this stuff up. So Ancient Amber is a good resource to have. This is a stone deposit. Stone Deposit is guarded by some Rana troops, which is the Swamp faction. If we go towards this, we can see it's a pretty easy fight. So let's just go for it. This does make our quarry kind of redundant, but it's still going to be useful just because we do need it for the castle. Okay, so we can see they've got 3 different stacks of hunters, which are these little frog guys, and then towards the back they've got some shamans, which can poison our units, so have to be a bit careful. This is the type of melee unit, which is called, let me check, I'm still learning this, minstrels. Minstrels have an ability called Fear No Foe, which provides each of our units with +5 defense. We're going to move back for now, and there's not really too much else we can do, so let's just cast that. Shamans move forward, but we're not currently within range. So militia, in order to fire, we have to move a bit closer. Let's just make sure we wouldn't be in range. So if we move 2 steps closer, we should be safely out of range. So by moving, we have lowered our potential to do damage. Actually, these are still out of range. Stand corrected. Gonna have to move back. That didn't really work. Okay, well, our rangers do have more range than our militia, which means they can fire right now. So let's go for the strongest stack we can, just do a bit of damage. And these guys are all coming towards us. This doesn't look too great to me. I think we can finish these off with our minstrels. Shamans come forward, they don't do too much. So these hunters have now walked within the deadly range of our militia. We can see we've got two tiers of range. There's the outer tier, the outer ring. That's kind of our maximum range. And then the inner ring is our deadly range. So everything within the inner ring is going to take double damage. So we can take those out pretty easy. These guys are close enough to take double damage from the rangers, so we take them out too. And need to be a bit careful of the shamans. If we go for Quicken, which is one of the spells we have access to, that gives us +1 movement, so we can then reach them, stop them casting their spells. So to explain the magic system... Ah, crap, that was a misclick. Okay, the good news is we didn't take a loss. Didn't mean to do that. Anyway, to explain the magic system, each time one of our units gets a round, they produce essence. So these guys, for example, produce Essence of Order. These guys produce Essence of Order as well. And these guys produce a combination of Essence of Creation and Chaos. So as the Essence accumulates over the course of several rounds, it does give us access to spells. So Swap, for example, costs 3 Chaos Essence and 3 Creation Essence, and we have saved up enough to go for that. Chaos Step will move a target friendly troop 1 hex. That doesn't seem too useful to me. Swap will swap our troops around, but again that's not too useful. Problem with Militia is they can only fire once every 2 rounds, then they have to reload. So we can still move them around, but can't actually do any damage. So I guess we might as well go slightly closer. Then we'll do some damage. Next round begins. Okay, so we do take a loss to the poisons. That was quite unfortunate, but never mind. Let's go in for the attack. And let's finish them off. Okay, so we did take 1 loss there purely through a misclick, but never mind. It's just a minstrel, they're not really too useful. Plus, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to build their dwelling, because I did have a look earlier, and the minstrel dwelling... Well, we can't actually see right now because we need to upgrade our town. But the minstrel dwelling, I'm pretty sure, isn't actually currently required for any additional... Oh crap, didn't mean to do that. Another misclick. I promise I don't misclick this often. The minstrel dwelling is not actually required for any additional buildings, so it's not really too important we go for that. Anyway, that's all we can do this round, so let's end the turn. Let's check on the price for this. Okay, so we could have actually afforded to upgrade this last round. So this provides us with 1,000 gold per turn in income. Currently we're getting 500 per turn, so I think upgrading that definitely makes sense. Just upgrading it to tier 2 is not enough to unlock a new wielder, but it does unlock some new building sites. So first one we should perhaps go for. Let's move towards the castle. The barracks is also good, allows us to actually produce rangers, as well as footmen, which is extremely good at resisting ranged attacks. They're a bit slow, but with this particular hero they are quite good. The Faey Grove. The extra movement is not as useful for these, but that is a building we could go for later. So let's move towards the castle. We already have the Peasant Hut. We just need to save up 3 more ore. So potentially could go for that next round. Other things we want to go for, so we do want to go for the Barracks, we do want to go for tier 2, so that requires a lumber mill. I think we should just go ahead and construct that. We can get ourselves a lumber mill just by attacking these, but I'm not sure if we're strong enough to do that, so let's just move to the south for now. Let's pick up some Glimmerweave, which is another one of the resources. Go to the farmhouse, which provides 75 gold per turn. This fight with the Lost troops just down there, I don't think we're quite ready for that. So I'm going to go further to the east. I'm going to claim another farmhouse, and let's get this gold too. And let's start looping around. Okay. That should be fine for now. Let's end the turn. Let's pick this up. Move to the abandoned cart. Gives us an extra 300 gold. Bit of gold there too, 700, not bad. 900 from that, and let's just keep going to the north. So we can come back round to the west and pick some of this stuff up. For now, let's go back to the base. So in order to upgrade this, we need a lot more wood. We can go for the castle now. I think that would be good just to start building these up. So the max troop size for these is 10. So there is a unit limit in this game. I'm not sure if they're going to rebalance it, because I do find it quite low in some cases. But for now, the max troop size for knights is 10. So in 10 rounds, we could potentially have a massive stack of knights. When it comes to barracks, rangers have a max troop size of 20, footmen of 20 as well, and both of those produce 2 per turn. We have to research call on the rangers, which costs a lot of wood. So I think, for now, because we do have a lot more ore than wood, let's just get the castle done. And let's end the turn there. Okay, next round begins. Let's pick up some resources. Let's go to the west and pick this up too. 1700 gold, that's pretty good. Okay, so we could see just how strong this is. So this is also considered easy, so it's a pod of guards, which are not the lowest of tiers, but still fairly weak. Shamans we dealt with before, and hunters too. We should be able to do this. So there's quite a lot of elevation here, but I'm not sure if we're really going to take advantage of that. We want them to come to us, I'm pretty sure. They're all towards the bottom actually, so let's stay at the top. Let's go for it. Okay, so Shamans are at the top. But the Shamans definitely have worse range. Yeah, so their range is 5. Our rangers have a range of 7. So we should be fine. Okay, so those come forward. Don't think we can really get them in range. No. Let's just pull back. Okay, so these guys, if they take 1 step forward, I think they can fire on these, but they're not going to do too much damage, just 3 to 5 damage because they have already moved, which does reduce their damage. Still, should go for some kind of attack, of course. Hunters are coming closer. Okay, so next to move is the Shamans. We're not currently in range of them, and I think we should probably just move back. Start defending. Okay, so they come forward, they go for an attack on those. We can't go for a full powered shot on either of these 2 stacks. I'm not sure we can avoid them either, just because the militia do move before the rangers, which means we can't get past the rangers for now. I think we just finish these off. Okay, so Quicken increases the initiative of one of our units. So initiative is the order of turns. So initiative on these is 7, 10 for these, and 19 for these. These guys have an initiative of 30, which is massive. So if we were to go for Quicken, the +5 initiative doesn't really help us. So let's just do as much damage as we can. This is going to be bad for our hunters. Yep. That's not good. Okay, let's go for this attack. So these guys, of course, they aren't able to attack this round because they're reloading. However, they do continue to generate essence, and they can continue to move. However, because we are right next to the hunters right now, we are in their zone of control. which means if we pull away, they do get a chance to do some free damage to us. So you just have to be a bit careful of that. Okay, so the guards are coming forward. We can finish these off, so let's go for it. Being a bit damaged by the poison with these. Let's move up. Okay, these guys are free to attack, but we're just going to skip the turn. Let them come slightly closer. Then we're going to move up to this. And we're going to cast the Earth Block spell. Which means they have to break through that in order to attack us. Yep, so they can reach the Earth Block, but they can't reach our minstrels. So let's just cast Fear No Foe. Okay, so next choice, we could reduce their damage by 25%, and that lasts for 1 round. I think we should go for that. We can also cast Bleed, which does 8 damage to them for 2 rounds. So 16 damage in total. Should we go for this attack, or should we let them come closer to go for a double attack? I think we wait for now. They come forward. We can do a full-powered shot there. Could potentially kill them off. So these guys have 6 health left. Then there'll be another 24, so we need to do 30 damage in total. That's not going to happen. So we'll go for Fear No Foe. And we'll attack with this, and that does finish them off. That would have been a lot safer than taking the retaliation. Alright, so some losses. A bit unfortunate to lose the Rangers, but I think we should next move towards whatever their dwelling's called. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Barracks. So the Barracks is going to cost us 2,000 gold and 5 stone. That should be fine. Alright, so let's go back. Let's pick up some of these resources. Oops. Okay, I didn't realise I can't claim it from the right side. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's pick up the wood first. Okay, so the castle has been completed, so that is going to be generating 1 night per round from now on. We can also upgrade it for 5 celestial ore and 10 stone. That will produce the Fists of Order instead of the Knights, and the Fists of Order are going to be quite a lot stronger. But we don't need to rush. Okay, so we've got Sawmill, we've got both of the farmhouses, and we've got the stone mine. This is a bit of a detour, but it's free gold and a free pile of old bones. Let's go towards that. Then let's go back to this. So this time round, let's see what we need. So we've got the lumber mill. We'd need a farm for this. We don't need anything for the marketplace. For this stuff, we need the Fey Grove for the Fey Court, which is the kind of the strongest unit that we can get access to is Arleon, which is the Fey Noble. So to go for that, we just need the Fey Grove, but we've already met the requirements for that. Grand Armory and Academy are where we can get research. So research can improve our units, it can improve our economy, and it can also expand the maximum size of our units. However, I think for now, probably go for a farm. Because yeah, even though we're not necessarily going to go for the upgraded Fey Grove, we should give ourselves that option. Okay, let's end the turn. Okay, so the farm is done, which means we have now fully built up our town. The only thing left to do is to get ourselves 1 extra stone. Then we can upgrade our town once again, as well as getting a second wielder. Looks like the remains of a great king named Isapekis. I should definitely loot this. Okay, so that's something the map creators created, but have I looted it? I guess that's where I got this from, the Emancipator. Plus 14 offense. Okay. Alright, let's just move to the south. Can we get our hands on any stone? Not this round. Okay. Let's just end the turn. Okay, so time passes and the strength of hostiles grows, so the enemy units do gradually get stronger. We can afford to upgrade our fortress, which means we do now have a large build site. We can actually afford to go for the Fey Court, if we want to start producing the Fey Nobles. I'm not sure how much those actually cost. Probably worth doing though. Other choices... So if we go back to the medium build site, we can go for the Faey Grove. Can't actually afford the Barracks just yet. So yeah, let's go back to this, and let's start producing Faey Nobles. Then we can't actually afford to go for a second wielder, but we can do that next round. Okay, let's pick up some gold. Let's go to the large camp, pick up some units. Okay, so we've got no available troop slot. It's 11 footmen. I think we let our ranger go. Yeah, because these are going to be more useful. And let's see how strong this fight is. Worthy. So Worthy comes up in green, but I do have experience of being destroyed by a so-called Worthy fight. So I don't really want to go for that. I'm going to go for the Pouch of Gold in the hopes that this gets us just enough to recruit an extra wielder, which it does. I think perhaps we go for Peridine, because Peridine comes with a big stack of ranges and also the natural march ability. So the march ability gives him 1 extra movement per turn, which is very good for a scout. Let's go to this, which I forgot to visit before. Okay, so the choice is between 1600 gold or the Gloves of the Wild Hunt, for +1 view radius and a very small bonus to offense and defense. That does seem pretty good. I think we will go for that. And let's go for this. And then let's go for this. Okay, so this group of Arleon troops is also worthy. I think we just go back to the west. And we end the turn there. So we should have some knights built up. We should be able to recruit. Let's go to this. Okay, so 4 knights available, but we do need to upgrade our command skill, as right now we're only allowed to have 3 different types of units. Could go to the Peasant Hut instead. Bit of a detour, but we can just go for these. And we've got a big stack of 40 militia. Then we just need to go and train up. So let's go back to this guy, and let's head in this direction as quickly as we can. Okay, so let's see exactly what this fight is. Let's visit this first, which gives us a permanent +1 to our offense and defense. So I think +1 offense and +1 defense is literally effectively a +1, a 1% increase to whatever damage we would naturally do. So it's a pretty small improvement, but it is permanent. Okay, so Queen's Guards, Shields of Order, which are very resistant to range damage, and Faey Rages, which are kind of like glass cannons. I'm not sure we should go for that yet. Let's go to this first. That takes us up to level 2. So we can improve our taxes skill, which gives us an extra 150 gold per turn. But I think we want to go for command, because we definitely want a 4th type of unit available to us. Then we can bring this guy up. And let's take just 1 of these. Let's pass over the rangers. Try this again. Okay. So that should now be a lot stronger. Let's go back. Do we want to give that a go, or should we take on the barrier troops? They're guarding a gold mine, which is probably more immediately useful. Although this is right here. So yeah, let's go for this. I'm sure we can take them on. Alright, so we can see a pretty defensible location towards the back. Let's just try and pull them in that direction. They do have some ranges of their own, but... Oh no, they don't have ranges, they have rages. My bad. Okay. So, can't really move too far with these. Let's just check no one can reach us next round. Okay, let's go for Fear No Foe. Then let's pull back. Pull right back to the corner. Yeah, the Fae Rages come forward. So these guys do a lot of damage. They also get to wait before they attack, which is what caught me out just there. So yeah, they wait, and then they can get to move twice in a row because they have such high initiative. Bit of a problem. Alright, so the choice is either go for the Rages and finish them off, or go for the Shields of Order. I think we want to go for the Shields of Order because these guys do have the natural 50 range resistance. However, I don't want to put myself in range of the backup stack. So I think we should probably actually skip this turn. Then we bring these guys back, and we can still kill these off. Next round begins. So these guys are going to come forward pretty soon, as are these. These guys do resist range damage, so I think we want to go for the Queen's Guards. Question is, what spell should we go for? So I think we want to reduce the damage of these. Then we attack these. That causes them to berserk, which means they do more damage, but it also means they take more damage in response. Shields of Order come forward. These guys are going to be kind of tough for us to deal with. Can't attack this round. Let's go for the full powered hit on these. Okay. So, not too good. Let's just try and keep them alive as long as we can. Let's skip this round. Go for a deadly shot on these, and it does finish them off. Okay, so they move through our zone of control, but for some reason they still attack us, so they didn't really gain much from that, although I guess they have forced us into a situation where we do have to attack in melee. I'm going to attack these just to kill one off, but I'm going to cast a defense spell just to try and survive this, which I do. Okay, so we can't attack with this stack, which means we have to choose whether to attack with these. This is probably going to result in a loss, but they get to move next, so let's just get the kill now. Finish those off. Then we kill them off. Okay, so some losses there, but I guess one way of looking at one way we can look at it is we have freed up a unit slot. Okay, so melee for +10 melee offense, command for even more slots available to us, or taxes. I think I like the look of melee. Let's go for that. Then let's go back to this guy and let's do some exploring. So the Falchion, let's see what that does. +3 offense. I'm going to actually give this... I think that's one-handed. No, it's not. It's two-handed. Alright, so this weapon I think is better. Let's stick with that. But let's pass this over for the extra view radius on our main. Then we'll go to the Peasant Hut. We can buy some of these. Quite expensive. Let's go for this for now. Then let's send this guy in this direction. See how strong this is. Medium threat. So they're all musketeers, which means this is the kind of fight we should take with our knights. Footmen and Faey spirits. That could be okay. Although, we don't have much to deal with footmen, so I think we just start coming back. Okay. To upgrade this to its next level, we need 30 stone and 20 wood. That's going to take some time. Oh, okay, we still not claimed the lumber camp. Okay, I need to go back and do that. That was an oversight on my part. Alright, let's go to the north. Let's pick up some of this gold. Let's go to the watermill, which is going to give us 200 gold per round. Then we're going to pick up the Glimmerweave. We're going to go to the reflecting pools, which gives us some experience. Let's go for command 4, just so we can pass more units over if we need to. Okay, so we're going to send Baron Silverlink back to the base. We're going to go to the gallows. 250 XP from that, then we go to this. So 4,200 in order to recruit 6 of these. That should be really solid in this next fight. Might as well pick up some more of these as well. Okay, let's pass these over. Okay, so should we split the knights into 2 different stacks? I think we probably should, because I think a stack of 6 knights is a bit stronger than what we need right now. We'll go to this, and we're going to go and claim that lumber camp. Very overdue, but let's do it. Okay, so the Fae Court has been completed, so we're going to be generating 1 Fae Noble per round, which is a very strong range unit. Barracks requires a bit more gold, but we can do that next round. That should be fine. So these knights should make this next fight quite easy for us. Yep, it's considered easy. Okay, so the knights go out in front. Let's go for the manual battle as usual. Auto-resolve is a bit risky, always, as in most games. Okay, so these guys have quite a large deadly range, but we can already reach them by the looks of it. So let's just go for it. Okay, so we kill those off. Let's get right in the middle of these two stacks, just so they can't go for the ranged attack. And let's go for the stronger stack. Okay, so they take aim, which gives them +3 range and +3 damage. I think that's on the next round. But that's not really going to help them because I'm not going to engage with my wiki units. There we go. Knights do work extremely well, and we finish them off with no losses. Also get 805 experience, which is enough to reach level 4. So learning skill for 15% increased experience gain, I'm not too bothered about that. I think I'll go for taxes. Just want to get that gold in as quick as possible. Then let's move to the south. Next fight should be easy too. Yeah. I'm going to bring these two back together. And I'm going to split these guys into 2 different stacks. Just so we can use one as a block. So the footmen will resist the damage from our ranged units, but we should be able to finish them off pretty easily with the knights. Okay, let's swap these round. Let's have our strongest range stack at the back. Although actually, these guys have better range, so it makes more sense to do that with them. Alright, let's go for it. So of course, with this particular wielder, we do have the +1 extra movement, which means we can potentially reach our enemies before they can reach us. Have to be a bit careful, because if we do go for this attack, the Faey rages at the back there can reach us. It's probably still fine though. Although, they're already in range of the archers. And these two. So we should be fine. Yeah, let's stay defensive. Okay, so the footmen come forward. These guys can't really do too much, but let's just do some damage. So these guys should be strong enough to finish off either stack, so let's go for the stronger one, and this next stack can kill these off too. So the Faey Rages can be really, really deadly, but in this particular case we're going to be fine. As long as you hit them first, it's usually fine. Footmen come forward. These guys are reloading. Move as far away as we can. And these guys are free to attack. Let's go for the weaker stack in the hopes that we can finish these off with our stack of knights, which we can. Although, we could perhaps reach these instead, we would do more. But we don't want to move through the zone of control, or we'll get hit through each hex. So let's go for the 7. Let's go for Pacify on these. Hopefully that'll keep our knights alive. They don't actually go for the attack at all. There we go. Yep, so these knights are making a massive difference for us. Should also look into upgrading the dwellings as well. So this one, the Peasant Hut, requires 1 Celestial Ore, 2 Wood, and 2 Ancient Amber. So we can afford that. The problem is that we don't actually have a reliable source of Ancient Amber or Celestial Ore. This particular one, if we go for the upgrade, we can afford to go for both. Okay, so we want to try and save up 30 stone for this, which means probably don't want to upgrade the castle yet, although Fists of Order, let's have a look. So these guys 30 health, 13 to 16 damage, these guys 20 to 24 and 50 health. Much higher stats across the board. Plus their initiative is 31, so that's actually slightly above Hunters. We should start building the barracks. So let's kick that off. I think I would like to upgrade the Peasant Hut, because that unlocks militia. Not militia, sappers. Sappers are the upgraded version of militia, and they have an ability to drop stakes in front of themselves, which helps protect them. That is a pretty good ability. Let's go ahead and upgrade that, I'm sure that's fine. Then we go back to this guy, we're going to pick up the gold. Pick up the mine, which is an extra 500 gold per turn, and let's go back towards the lumber camp. Okay, so these guys can give us some free minstrels, or not free, I have to pay for them. Is that worth paying for? Does give us extra defense, and we might not come back, although I think it's fine for now. Handgun prototype. Let's see what this does. So plus 10 range defense. I think we're fine as we are. Okay, so there's a wooden idol there, I forgot what that does, but let's go check it out. Pick up the Ancient Amber, we go to this. So we have a choice between 2 Ancient Amber or 1000 XP. We don't have a reliable source of Amber, so let's go for that. And let's start moving back in this direction. Go to our scout, let's go to the old urns. This gives us a choice between 4 Glimmerweave and 800 gold. Again, no reliable source of Glimmerweave, so let's go for that. Let's finally claim the lumber camp, and let's start coming back. Okay, so the construction is underway, we're still quite a long way off going for the upgraded fortress. So let's end the turn there. Spoils of War, winning battle after battle has paid off. Gathering all the spoils and pieces from the battlefields have netted a large sum of gold. Okay, let's see. So we could afford to go for a full stack, 30. 30 minstrels. I feel like maybe we go for it just because it's right there. The rest of our units we can pick up from our town. So we can send Baron Silverling to the north in order to go for the reflecting pools, which gives us some extra XP, but I think that's a bit too much of a detour. Let's send this guy up towards the Peasant Hut. And we're going to recruit some militia next turn. Our barracks is done, so we have the option to research Call on the Rangers, which causes it to also produce rangers instead of just footmen. I think we definitely go for that. Yeah, so it costs a lot of wood, but definitely worth it. And upgrading the castle, that costs 5 celestial ore, and upgrading this also costs 5 celestial ore. I think we want to upgrade the castle first. Okay. We can move this guy slightly further, but we'll leave him in place just so we can pick up some units. Okay, next round begins. Let's go to the west. Let's go to the Essence Anomaly. So that gives us actually quite a lot. So we'll receive 1 extra of each type of essence every round in our next battle. The next battle is going to be a medium battle. There are quite a few toxicologists, which are these kind of ranged units with the crossbows. Also some spectres and some Arleon scholars. That's mostly ranged. So I think our knights and our minstrels are going to be quite important for this. We want to get forward to them as quickly as possible. We will take some losses here for sure. I'm hoping our extra magic production helps us out. Okay, so we can't quite reach the toxicologists. I think we want to move slightly closer. But stay out of range. So they can move towards us and then attack us, but they will take a damage penalty from that. So that should be fine. These guys come forward, they attack our rangers, they get quite a few kills on those, that kind of sucks. Okay, so we can reach these, so these are spectres. They ignore zone of control, and they generate quite a lot of essence, which is not relevant in this type of fight. 30 health each, but if we attack them, we're close to deadly range, but we're not quite there. So this is definitely worth doing. Yep, so they come forward, they attack us, do quite a lot of damage to us. Okay. So I'm kind of thinking we don't actually use the militia this turn because they're not going to get a full powered shot, and as soon as they do shoot they have to skip the next round. So let's just go to there. Let's see how much we do. Yeah, 1 to 3 kills. It's not that great. The Arleon Scholars, 26 health each. They can't retaliate, which is interesting. All friendly troops get minus 25 defense, plus 25 melee offense. That would be good if we had a lot of initiative, but we don't. We have initiative with the knights, but that's about it. Okay. So we could mostly kill these off, but our minstrels get to move before they do. Gonna end the turn there. Try and kill off one more of these. Okay, so do we have enough movement points? I think we do. We want to try and avoid the zone of control, and also want to move as much as possible before we attack. So we do that. We've now blocked these guys in, so we force them into melee, and we can kill off the stack of 16. Should have looked at my spells before I did that, but never mind. Okay, so they're really going for the ranges. They do quite a lot of damage. We know these guys can't retaliate, but have to go through the toxicologist zone of control to make that work. Onslaught means our target friendly troop gets +1 attacks. I think that applies to the knight. I'm not totally sure, because the picture is of arrows. I feel like let's go for that just because we know that will work on some level. Then let's attack these. Okay, so we've taken a lot of damage to those. Okay, let's go for our first attack on these. And our second attack, we weaken them some more. And these guys should be able to finish them off. Not too worried about the zone of control. Yep, so we get poisoned, but definitely worth doing just to finish these off. I've got those guys are still alive, but they only get a couple of kills, so that's fine. They kill off our minstrel with the poison. Poison our knights. We do get the next move. Okay, so some quite bad losses there, but I think that is kind of intended as a relatively tough fight that you need to do in order to progress. Yeah. Okay, so we reach level 5, so we can go full prepared for +5 initiative. That sounds okay to me, but I think maybe taxes for now, just to boost our economy. Weapon rack gives us the Morning Star. The Morning Star is +8 offense, plus I think we can dual wield. Yes, we can. Is that worth doing? I think it's a very small improvement, so yeah. Okay, going back to this guy, if we go to this, we can hire 22 out of 50 for 3,500. Or 3,300 even. Don't think we go for that. Yeah, our lack of gold is a bit of a problem for us. I think we just stay put. We can go to this just for some XP. Then we come back. Okay, back to Baron Silverlink. Let's go to the Dead Commander. Let's go for 1,800 gold. Go to the Crumbling Tower, which gives us some more XP. We level up to level 6. So I think Command is more useful for now. Although Guard is a pretty good looking skill, but never mind. I suspect we'll get offered that again at some point. Okay, we go to the milestone. We can see some Arleon troops blocking us off to the south. This is an ancient amber excavation, so we will need that stuff at some point. Yeah, we'll go towards that next. They're up to 11,000 gold. Pretty massive improvement. Let's go back to this guy. Let's pick up all 50 of these. And let's start bringing him down. Although before we do, we could go back to the base, see how many units we can pick up next round, and we're going to try and chain them down to Baron Silverlink. Okay, let's see how strong this is. Medium threat level, but it's Faey spirits and footmen, which means perhaps if we just spread these out, it should be fine. Split these in half. And just get a couple more. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, I think this is fine. Although, there are quite a lot of footmen. More than I thought. Yep, so those are actually the bigger threat of the two. These things are gonna wait. Maybe we move to the bottom. They will kill the militia at the top, but... Oh no, they come forward. I feel like they should have waited. It doesn't seem wise. Can we attack them? Yes we can. And they are in deadly range. So we kill that stack off. Can't reach these. If we move forward, I'm not quite sure how it works. We could give them +1 movement. I'm gonna see if this helps us, I'm not really sure. Let's see, yeah, we can reach them. They do get to move pretty soon, but I'd rather attack the footmen with my knights. So we'll go for this. Doesn't do too much. Yeah, the militia could be in trouble. I think we just accept the attack from the rages this round, just to keep everything else safe. Because if I go in to attack these, I'm going to be attacked by the footmen there. Yeah. Okay, so they go for the 1 stack, which is kind of a good thing in a way, but it does cause them to get momentum, because every time they kill off a stack, momentum kicks in, which is +10 to offense and defense. These guys can't really do anything, so let's just move right towards the back. And we end our turn. These guys are able to attack, but they're just a 1 stack, so they're not going to do too much. Let's move these guys towards the back as well, although we have to go through the zone of control, so definitely shouldn't do that. Go in this direction instead. Next round begins. Okay, so the footmen can't reach us as long as we... Let's just check this. The stack of 15 can reach us. But I think we accept that. So we're going to go for protection. And we hit these. So they come forward, they go for the 1 stack. So they get even more momentum, but I think that's worth it just to avoid an attack from 15 of these. Go for as much damage as we can. Okay, should we try and move out of the zone of control? I think we should. Although we do 6 to 8 kills on average, so this is about the right level of threat. So it's going to be bad for our militia, but not too much else we can do. Okay, next round begins. We're going to go for protection on these. We're going to bleed these and wear them down. These guys are on the high ground, which means they do get a 20% resistance to our damage, but got to go for this still. They do go for those, but thanks to our spell they do resist it okay. Let's move slightly closer, and let's attack these. Skip around with these, and I think we move out of the zone of control, which does cause us to take some extra damage, but gives us that damage bonus from moving, and we are able to attack these next. Much stronger stack. Hopefully we won't take a loss to those, which I think we should be fine since they are focusing on the militia instead. There we go. Yep, so we did take quite a few losses, but we will have some more units coming in. Okay, we reached level 7. So we could go for archery for extra range defense. I think that would be pretty good. Let's go for that. Claim this. And there's more stuff to the east. I feel like to progress through the map you probably have to go south instead, but let's keep building up our economy. Let's see what units are available to us. So we go into manage defense, we go to draft troops. So we have quite a few different units available to us, but I think the key ones we want to go for, we want at least 4 more knights. I think we should go for the Faey nobles, however they do cost Glimmerweave. And we don't have a good source of that. So perhaps... Actually, let's go back. Let's see. We're going to send this guy into the base. This is the way to do it. Go to upgrade troops. We can upgrade our militia to sappers. So let's do that right now. That does cost quite a lot. Then we go back to the defense. We're going to take the 4 knights. We're going to add them to our character. Okay, back to draft troops. We have 3,800 we could spend, so we need to get, I think, just the best stack we can for 3,800 gold, which I think is probably just more militia. Okay. Yeah, so we got 2 pretty good stacks of those. Let's split them like that, and let's start bringing them down. Okay, so we should be able to pass those across next round. Should probably start saving our gold for the next town upgrade at this point. First, let's give the units over. Okay, so we'll take the full stack of those, we'll take our extra knights, which gives us a full stack of 10, and we'll pass these over too. Let's go like this, then let's mix these 2 together, and then we're going to get 1 extra 1 stack of these, because they should be able to create stakes. So the stakes ability erects stakes in the hex in front of you, with hit points equal to the amount of units in the troop. So in this case, so these guys for example, could create a 26 hit point stake in front of them. So that's quite a good ability, but even a 1 hit point stake seems pretty good. We have got some rangers we can recruit, so let's just take them for the final slot. And we've got some footmen up there, we've got Celestial Ore Mine, which I think we should go for, and we've also got Glimmerweave Grove. Let's go straight for the fights. Let's go for this first though, just to... Hoping we'd get an improved weapon, but it's pretty basic. Okay, so these are all melee attackers, but some of them are knights, and there's quite a big stack of knights. It's not as easy as the game thinks, but at the same time, we should go for it. Okay, I'm hoping the stakes are going to keep us safe. Okay, so they're all so fast, this is not an easy one to do. If we go straight in for this attack, they can't reach us. We definitely have to go for this. Yep, so that stack comes forward, but yeah, they can't reach us. Fae spirits come forward, we should be able to finish those off pretty quick. So to deploy the stakes, it does end the turn, which means we probably shouldn't go for that just yet. I think the rangers should be able to finish off the Fae spirits. So let's go for the strongest stack we can. Because of their high ground, they do get 40 damage resistance on top of their natural resistance, which is already pretty massive, but have to just do as much damage as we can. These guys can also easily kill these off, but let's go for the knights. Then let's go for these. And then let's finish them off. Okay, so these guys down there can reach us, so we have to choose which of the 2 stacks to go for. I think we protect these, and we finish these off. And we should have the high ground, keeping us safe. They don't go for the attack. Okay, so next round we do get to move before them. We're going to deploy our stakes. Doesn't actually stop them reaching us, but I think that's worth doing. Initiative for these is 7, and for these it's 23, so there's not much we can do. Yeah, Quicken doesn't really help us. Go for a deadly shot on these, they are now berserking, and we can finish them off. That was a lot less painful than expected. Definitely worth doing. Okay, so 1400 XP, we do level up from that, that is quite a good amount. So this is a different mechanic, which is when you reach your 8th level, and I think every 8 levels, you get a power instead of a skill. So there's Farsight, which gives our units +1 range, and there's Essence Shield, which is, till they've attacked once, Essence Shield gives our troops plus 50% range resistance. We should be pretty good for range resistance already, although that is really strong. But yeah, we should be fine for that as we are, so let's go for extra range. Okay, so to the south we've got some barrier troops there, I think we should take those on. Let's go to the Cozy Tavern, which I think gives us extra movement. Yeah, +5 movement for 2 rounds, that's great. Go for this for some more XP. Don't really need the stone, let's focus our main on dealing with guys like this. So there's quite a few musketeers, we need to rush them with our knights. Tinkerers, I think, are just basic infantry units. Let's go for it. Yep, so there are a lot of those. If we move in, we will have to take an attack from the Tinkerers. But I'd still be tempted. Just because these guys do have so much range. Yeah, I think we'll lose at least 1 knight, but I think it's worth it because once we have this Glimmerweave Grove, we will have at least 1 of each type, each resource per round. Okay, so I'm not really sure why the Tinkerers didn't go for our knights. I guess they knew they'd get killed by the retaliation, but I'm actually pretty happy with that. We should be able to finish these off. We have taken some losses, but important thing is our knights do survive. And at some point we can upgrade them to Fists of Order, hopefully. Okay, so that's done. We reach level 9. So in this case, I think combat training for an extra plus 10% to our damage does seem like a good road to go down. Okay, let's send this guy to the tavern. And let's pick up the gold. Let's go claim the Glimmerweave Grove as quick as we can. Okay, so the next upgrade to our town, we are probably just a couple of turns away. Just need a bit more wood. But yeah, I think it's going to be a couple of turns. Okay, so we don't need to pick any of this stuff up with our main. So let's go straight to the north. Okay, crap, that was the wrong guy. Alright, fine. Just accept the mistake there. Let's just claim this, and let's go north. Okay, so footmen and horned ones. This should be quite easy. Just want to be as far back as possible. Okay, let's skip the round with these. Horned ones come forward. If we pull back a bit, we should be able to avoid the footmen. Could go for our stakes. But yeah, we can't move out of range, so I think we kind of have to go for the attack. Do double damage to these. Attack these because they're in range. Okay, so next round begins. We unfortunately are not quite able to reach these. So, let's see. 23 initiative. Yeah, we can't get our stakes up either. Just gonna have to take the hit, I think. Not much else we can do. Could have casted my spell, that would have made sense, but never mind. Protection spell would have been good. Okay, so these guys are reloading. Let's just drop the stakes. And let's drop the stakes with these as well. Okay, strong strike against those, and we should be able to finish these off. We're going to pacify these. Hopefully shouldn't take a loss. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. So a few losses to the horned ones, but otherwise that was fine. Level 10. Do we want extra range resistance? This is definitely a bit of a might hero, if we can call it that in this game. Command for 6 different troops. I think positioning sounds quite good. Kind of makes up for the power we didn't take. Then let's go pick all this stuff up. There's actually a new settlement there. So we've claimed that. We've got ourselves a small build site. Maybe we just keep the peasants coming. So this particular settlement is a small settlement, which means it's limited to 2 tiers. Yeah, let's upgrade it now just for the extra gold. And I think we just use this for economy. So let's get a farm. And let's get some more gold from this. Okay. Let's go back to this just to check. Yeah, nothing we can do there. Let's end the turn. Okay, farm's been completed. So we could go for another farm. I think we're fine for other resources. Although, rally point. So the rally point allows us to purchase troops from other towns and settlements in our kingdom. This saves us so much time. Maybe that's why this exists, because that's definitely the most useful thing we can do. Okay, so this is a rider statue, that gives us +3 to offense and defense. We can go to the lookout tower. Gives us extra visibility, but we don't really need it. There is a Faey grove there. We want to recruit some horned ones. Or some Faey spirits, in fact. I think horned ones do need research. Veteran musketeers. Really, that's all about the knights, so I'm actually going to go to this, and I'm going to tuck all of these away. Okay, and let's split these in half. And let's go for a 1 stack. So this is the Secluded Monastery. I think that's just a big boost to our XP, or possibly our stats. Okay, so there's one at the top, there's one at the bottom, and there's one towards the middle. I think we go like this. Yeah, so one of them will be able to attack us, but if we're lucky it will go for aim, which wouldn't really make sense, but I don't quite know exactly how the AI thinks. So we need to move at least 2 closer, because otherwise we can't reach next round. We could go for our spell though. But no, I think we just accept that we have to move into range. Biggest stack is that one at the top. As long as we go towards them, we should be okay. Okay, so they do go for a strong hit against those. So we're taking tons of damage, but have to bear in mind that the range resistance has massively helped us there. Okay, next round begins. Let's go in, do as much damage as we can. They do quite a lot of damage back. In order to attack both of these stacks at once, we need to move through zone of control. However, they have to reload. So we should be fine. I'm going to try and protect these, although... Can they attack us? They can't attack, and they have to reload. So if I'm understanding that correctly, we should be safe. Yeah. So they all go for aim. That explains why they go for aim. Okay, that makes sense. Don't need stakes. Just do as much damage as we can. Okay, we finish these off. Okay, so we're going to take some damage from these, but I think that's fine. We're going to go for Boiling Blood. Take damage as we move out the zone of control, but we want to attack these for sure. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have to restock our knights at some point, but that's fine. The only problem with the rally point is we won't be able to upgrade the units we already have. Okay, let's go for this. The Hat of Magus. Plus 60% spell damage power. That's really strong, but we're not really a mage. Smock the Librarian, you have finally come. Come visit my library, and I shall grant you strength. 1000 XP and Creation 1, so that's a new skill. So that's plus 2 Creation per round. Okay. Is that permanent extra movement too? Yeah, I think that's permanent extra movement, so that's really strong. Okay, let's go back to this guy. Fae Grove, I mean, it's tempting, but I'm not sure it's worth our movement points. We can actually recruit an extra wielder. So perhaps we should do that there. I need to think this through. No, I think we're fine for this round. What I might do is recruit them here instead. So I'm mostly just looking at the backup units we get, so some of these guys come with extra ranges. We should probably go for a mage. So this is a mage who also gives, well, kind of a mage, plus 1 order. A mage who gives us extra ranges. Let's go for that. Okay, let's go to the east. Let's pick up some gold. Let's just go explore. Okay, so there's a barracks there. And some archway ruins. I'm not sure what those do. Okay, having huge sums of gold stored means better deals and better prices. The profits are stored in the vault. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so the rally point should allow us to recruit a lot of extra units. Let's try this out. Yep, so we can go to Moorkeep, we can pick up our units from there, so let's go for... Let's mix these together. Let's finish off that stack. Then let's go for 6 more of these. Then we still have tons of gold left. So these guys are limited to stacks of 5, but we do have good sources of Glimmerweave at this point, so I think we pay for that. They should be better than ranges. These guys have 7 range and these guys have 6, so that's a bit of a downside, but they are a lot stronger. So yeah, we'll go for those. Okay, so back to Cecilia Stoutheart, we're going to go and visit this. Seems like a broken portal of some sort. Seems like I can walk through. Okay, let's see what this does. I hear faint whispers. We meet again, stranger. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Wow. Okay. Should I go for the XP? This is not my main, of course. but I didn't want to risk them. That's really interesting. The game has only been out in early access for a couple of weeks, and whoever made this map definitely knew what they were doing. Is that the way through to complete the level? Hard to see where else we go, unless we go all the way back to this, which might actually be the way, because I can't see what this really leads to. We hold down the Alt key, it does tell us what's there. I think we probably go to the barracks. We should try and open that up. Okay, so it's Horned Ones, Fae Spirits, and Footmen, so we can just afford to stay back and stay defensive. Okay, they can't reach us, so we should be fine. Yeah, quite a few stacks of those. Alright, so this is kind of overkill. I think we go for this stack instead. Then these guys can do quite a lot of damage, but I think they should probably finish these off. That was interesting. Didn't expect the animation to be quite like that. These guys can finish off these. Then next round begins, we can get 5 to 6 kills with this stack. Can they reach us? The Horned Ones can all reach our range units. Want to try and avoid the Footmen. I've taken some damage. I know we haven't. Okay, in that case, let's go for... We could go for Earth Block. Just thinking this through. All friendly troops get +10 initiative for 1 round. I'm sure there's a way to do this. So we go in for this attack. Kills those off. Yeah, they can reach us from 2 different directions. So perhaps we attack those first. Who's the bigger threat? So these guys do 2 to 5 damage each, these guys do 13 to 16. We should definitely go for these. So we can drop the initiative. Drop their initiative using Insect Swarm. No. So other options, swap is not that useful to us. Maybe we just go for the extra defense and just go forward. Do actually kill them off. We do take a loss. And we take a loss there too. Need to upgrade these guys to Fists of Order. Okay, quite a good amount of XP, and we do level up to level 11. So we can improve our creation skill, which we recently got. Woodcutter is definitely not good for a main. I think we should probably go for... Kind of depends how much gold we have. If we have enough gold, we should support as many troops as possible. I think we just go for that, play it safe. Then let's go to this. Let's buy up 16 of these, and... Why not? Let's go for these 2. Then we'll pick this up. Okay, Mechanical Bird, that gives us +5 initiative to all our units. That's pretty good. Okay, he gets Destruction instead of Creation. I'm not sure what governs that. Yep, let's go for... maybe Scouting, actually. See what we can find out. Okay, so this is fully built up. This needs a a couple more turns. Let's end the turn there. So I'm not sure what the AI is up to. That's one slight fly in the ointment. Could this be the legendary map creator token? That's the person who made the map. Hereby immortalized. What was that though? +3 movement and +3 view radius. Okay. So that was definitely worth going for. We're going to give that straight to our main. Wow, okay, so that makes a big difference. We can see the other side of the map. We can see a portal. It's going to take us some time to get through to that. Let's go back to this first. Although before we do, we should probably upgrade one of these buildings. So we're not going to have many Fists of Order to buy, but we could upgrade the barracks. Thing is, we've already used all our slots. But I think upgraded barracks should be fine. Get some Shields of Order. Main downside of Shields of Order is usually just a lack of movement, but should be fine in this case. So yeah, we go for that. We're going to go back to this first. We're going to exit out of this, go to the base, and then let's mix these two together. Leave the excess 2 to defend. I forgot we had some extra units in here. Do we need those? Probably kind of useful to have. So yeah, let's carry on. Let's go west. Let's pick all this stuff up. Okay, so our scout goes back to the base. And not too much else we can do. Yeah, let's end the turn there. We just need some extra stone now. Pretty close. Still no sign of our opponent. Okay, let's go to the statue. +3 defense. Go to this for some extra movement. Okay, so this is kind of a big boss, because it's medium threat, and we're pretty strong. But none of these guys... Oh no, Fists of Order, they do resist our range damage. Should still be fine. Try this. Yeah, so Fists of Order, kind of stronger than any stack we have. We need to just try and protect as much as we can. Inspired. So that's when we move within 1 hex of these. +5 melee offense, +5 range defense, +5 initiative. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's come forward. So these guys are quite slow, so we should have perhaps 1 round when we can focus on these instead. But definitely going to take quite a few losses here. Let's see. Clouded Vision is good against ranged units, but not these. Do whatever damage we can. Let's move these to the corner. And get a kill, so let's go for it. These guys can get a kill too, but they can also drop the stakes. So let's see, so our initiative with these is 37, these guys have a natural initiative of 31. So we can move in, but these guys would then be able to reach us. Maybe we do drop the stakes. That doesn't stop them reaching us though. Yeah, just going to do as much damage as we can. That's 3 of them killed off. The next round begins. I don't want to move into range of these. On the other hand, the other stacks can't reach us. Actually, these can. These can as well. So yeah, I think it's best we don't do that. Let's go for... We could have actually... That could have actually worked if I planned this out more, because I could have gone for the earth block on this hex. I could have gone for the stakes on this hex. But ultimately they would just attack the footmen instead. So it's not perfect. Give one of my units plus 10 initiative. Not really worth doing. Is it worth going for the earth block? Earth block doesn't really help us too much. Sure, there's something we can do. So Insect Swarm drops their initiative of one of their units. So perhaps I could drop the initiative of these. Drop it down to 18. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it because of the Fists of Order. I think we really are better off just staying as far back as we can. So I'm going to go for extra defense on these in case they get attacked. I'm going to go for... probably an earth block, but I'm not sure it makes a difference. I think it's still worth a go, just in case. It does protect our ranges. Okay, then we end the turn. These guys come forward. They can't reach us. These guys can. Let's see what they do. They do go for those. Okay. Do a bit of damage, but not too much. Okay, these guys can go for an attack, but they're not going to get too many kills. Yeah, I have to move through the zone of control to attack that, so that's not going to work. These guys also have the strengthen ability, so they're giving all of these guys plus 20 to their offense and plus 1 to their damage. I think we have to stay defensive. Can't deploy stakes unless we move these first. We could move these, but this is going to be a really powerful shot. Okay. Move these slightly further back. Oh, I should not have done that. Forgot about the zone of control. Still need to get used to that. I only take 2 losses, so it could be worse. But I've exposed the ranges too. Okay, what can I do with initiative? So I could give these guys... enough initiative to at least match these. Then I don't know who goes first. I'll try it. Okay, so they move before... They do move before the stack of 3, that's the important thing. Okay, so we skip the turn with these. These guys can kill these off, or... could maybe kill these off. Let's go for these, actually. Okay, 3 to 4 kills if we go for the power stack just there. If I set up an earth barrier, they could just go around it, so that doesn't really work. I think we want to go for Boiling Blood. We could kill these off. But I'm not sure they matter too much. No, I think we do. So they're dead. Then we can try earth blocking this. Then these guys are going to have a hard time reaching us, so they shouldn't double down on the knights. They go for the rangers kill them off in response. They do go for the earth block, so that was a good decision, I think. Okay, so we're losing a lot of our ranged units at this point. If we go for this attack, 0 to 1 kills. Probably best we don't. Need to get some extra initiative. So I can probably finish these off if if we just attack these with all our ranged units, we then just go down there to block off the stack of 7. Even go further forward. Let's go with that. There we go. Then these guys go next. So let's pacify these to drop their damage by 25%, and let's finish these off. Then we defend. They're going to try and move through our zone of control. We get to attack them 3 times, but then they take those out. Okay. Bit painful. 1 to 3 kills if we go for this, though. I think we just do that. And these guys throw down the stakes. We probably didn't need to go for that attack, but never mind. Okay, so some heavy losses, but that was definitely a bit of a boss battle, so I think we can be pretty happy with that. Yep, some pretty bad losses, but we reached level 12. This time round, let's go with creation, because we're not really earning enough money to support a massive army. Should pick up some extra units, but also do want to upgrade the base. We can do that finally, so let's do that. We should go for, not this, we should go for our next... Oh, we don't get an extra large build site from that, so we need to upgrade it yet again. Get one of those. So we do want a large build site because we do want to start getting some research. We could expand our max unit size, for example. Okay, so what do we not already have? We do have all of this stuff. I think maybe a farm. Farm would be good. We just need extra income. Also upgrade the farm we already have. Need 6 wood for that. Okay, I don't think... Well... 2 wood, 2 ancient amber for plus 2 stone per round. We do need more stone, we do need more wood. 800 gold's not going to be missed too much. Yeah, I think that's fine. I would like to produce some Faey. Does kind of go with a Faey court, plus allows us to upgrade it. So, let's start working on that. Okay, gauntlets. So plus 2 defense, plus 1 view radius, plus 4 to each. That doesn't seem that great. Okay, some gold. See, there's a blacksmith there. There's a castle, so we could recruit some knights. That's not a massively easy fight. Let me just go to the south. Blacksmith should have given us something new. Given us the never-ending chest of gold. 500 gold per turn. That's pretty good. Okay, should we go for this fight? 51 to 99 footmen. They resist ranged attacks. I think we don't do that. 2,000 gold for their knowledge. That should be a level up, which yes it is. Okay, so this time round let's go for guards. Let's go for the extra melee resistance. Plus 1 movement from that. That's permanent too, so that's great. Okay, we need to set up a bit of a chain. Let's go back to this. See how much this is to upgrade. 10 stone. Okay. Don't think we have access to a 4th wielder. Nope. Right, let's end the turn there. Okay. So we should try and get some more gold first. Let's go to the camp. 10 minstrels. That's probably best. Pile of gold. So this, I believe, is... I can't even remember what the map's called now. The map is named after... Named after a town. Yeah, the map is called Dwellings of Grimkeep. So this is definitely the city of Grimkeep. Just up there, we can see the walls. Probably not going to be strong enough to take on a gathering of troops. So perhaps we just fall back. This fight, medium threat level, Fey nobles and horned ones. I think we play it safe, and I think we wait for now. So let's see, can we actually reach? Yes, we can. Okay, we're just going to end the turn there. Crop rotation, plus 500 gold. Alright, so we still can't quite afford to upgrade the castle. So let's go back to this guy. Go to the rally point, and we're just going to pick up as much as we can, so we could get another stack of 5 Fey Nobles. Shields of Order, we've got 6 available, which is not too much. Let's see what's in the town first. So in the town we've got 2 more knights. And 26 sappers. No, wait, they're just normal militia. Okay. Let's go back. So yeah, this guy just does sappers. We don't need militia. We can afford to take more minstrels, but that doesn't really help us. We can afford more footmen, and we can afford more knights. So I think we do go for some more knights, even though they are kind of obsolete. I think that does make sense. Let's check this again. So we want 9 footmen. Let's just check we have the movement, which yes we do. Okay, I'm going to go back to the settlement. I'm going to put these guys away. We're not going to use them. So 16 rangers, but our ranger power stack is kind of gone. I think we go for the Fey Nobles. Then I could let the sapper go. Or we could just back him up. So we'll back him up. Go back to this. Pass the units over. Though actually can't pass all of them, so I think we just have to bring both of our wielders with us. Okay, let's go back and at least get a few units. So we'll go for these. We'll go for 21 of these. And I think that's about as good as we can get, so let's move on. So we need to go for more command skill, definitely, because this guy is kind of getting about as strong as he can. I feel like we could do better. Okay, so we've got lots of ranged units, which means this, let's just remind ourselves, this should be okay-ish. I mean, they seem stronger to me. This seems not entirely convincing. I'm gonna try moving in this direction. Okay, so they will come forward. The stack of 15 does move quite far, can reach us next round. But if we pull back, that should actually be okay. Still do some damage to them. And they're berserking. I think we probably should go for an earth block as soon as possible. Oh wow, we can cast it on 2. Okay, so because we have the order skill, we've actually leveled up to the point where we can cast 2 earth blocks at the same time. So I think we don't do that just yet. We do get the next couple of moves. So let's go for these. Wow, we can actually do quite a lot more to these than I expected. We should probably just finish those off. Okay, this does actually seem fine. They go for an attack on these, that's fine, they're not really a permanent stack for us. Go for Fear No Foe. They come forward, we can go for a full powered shot on these. And we can finish them off. Then we move down. Perhaps we go here instead. Those come forward, so they can reach us next round, as can these. They can't reach this stack, so I'm going to stay put. Kind of cornered myself, but I'm hoping they don't go any closer. 0 to 1 kills if we go for that. Perhaps we could. Acid Cloud. A hexagon with a radius of 1, dealing 50 damage to any troop standing within or stepping inside. Okay, that seems pretty good. 50 damage. I'm gonna go for that. Yep, so it does do a nice amount of damage to those. Okay, we're gonna stay put with these. Let's go for bleed against these. Damage these as much as possible. So we can go for a full powered shot, which will probably finish them off, but they are going to take some extra damage from the acid cloud. So let's go for these instead. No, they don't. I guess they can only take damage from it once. Damn. Okay. Go for these. Finish them off. Okay, they get themselves killed. We should be able to take this hit, which yes we do. Okay, so some pretty heavy losses, but does clear some space in our army, which is good. How much XP? 3,400 XP, but not enough to level up. There is a Faey court up there too. Okay, so up in this part of the world, we said we might go for a farm. And I think we should. Yeah, I think we should do that. And we should pay to upgrade this too. That should be everything for now. Okay, so moving up in this direction, all of this stuff is stuff we could get with our scout. Talisman of Destruction, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so we do have a few units we can pass over, but not too much. Do this for now. Take a 1 stack. And let's move up. Okay, so we can reach for this guy too. Alright, so let's take a couple of these artifacts we're not really going to use. Let's take this because we don't really need it on our main. Okay, so 6 knights we're going to join up to these for a total of 7, and 8 minstrels. We should probably just leave that. We're going to take these. Yeah, we need to level this guy's command up, for sure. Let's go back to him, let's see how strong he is. See how hard this fight is. Medium threat. So Seneschals and Blessed Bones, those are both melee units. I think we can go for this. I think we should actually be fine. Okay, so not too many obvious places. I guess this is a wall or something. This is something to do with a wall. I've not seen this type of map before. Let's jump in. Still very much learning the game. We'll see if this is something to do with the walls, which yes it is, but I don't think the walls actually impact us at all. These guys have a lot of movement, and these guys have a fair bit too, so we're going to have a hard time avoiding them. Let's just move to here. Get double inspired. And end our turn. Okay, so those come forward. They should have just put themselves in deadly range of just about everything. So we'll see what we can do. Could go for the double earth block at some point too. Okay, so that's those pretty much dead. Let's go there, and let's throw up some stakes. Okay, so those come forward. Their initiative's really bad, which means we should be able to finish them off without too much trouble. Yep, let's see how much we can do. So, we end the turn with these. These guys can go for an attack, but unfortunately they're not quite in deadly range. Okay, so we cast that. We could go for... So there's Mist. 2 friendly troops become unattackable until they attack, or the spell duration ends. Lasts for 1 round. Don't really need that just yet. We don't know who they're going to attack. So I think we just go for this. Then we bleed them. Then we attack these. Then we attack them again. And then these guys have to reload, so let's drop the damage of these. And let's throw up some stakes. They go for the knights. Stack of 4 goes for the knights as well, so we lose a couple of them. I think we should be fine just to finish them off now. There we go. Okay, so that doesn't mean we have the town, because the town is represented by settlement sprite, which we've not yet reached or seen. We'll see how well defended it is. So I don't always want more initiative. I think having less initiative is sometimes useful. Let's go for command. We did say we need that. Pick up the ore, pick up this, and it's actually undefended. So we claim it. Get ourselves Grimkeep, we get ourselves potentially a graveyard, a source of riches. This is weaker than I thought, considering this is the settlement the map is named after. But yeah, we should upgrade it for sure. We should go for a rally point. And we should start moving up in this direction. I should probably also go for an extra wielder. Just gonna go with whichever one has good starting units. Guess we go for Villager. We'll go to the graveyard. Okay. A gathering of Barony of Loth units. So that's a creature bank. We can see what that is next turn. Doesn't tell us what the guard is. Worn gloves, not worth it. 2,100 gold, is definitely better. Go to the weapon rack. Bring this guy up. And end the turn. Good harvest for 600 bonus gold. A lot of gold there. So this is apparently a very good artifact. Let's see. +2 destruction, yeah, that's pretty good. Go to this next. Out of Glimmerweave. But we can recruit 2 of them. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Okay. We actually have 2 never-ending chests of gold. I didn't see when I picked up the other. Okay, let's carry these up. So, are we ready for this fight? I'm not entirely sure. We can go to this. We can stock up. So in these kinds of creature banks, I think range units are a bit less useful, because the enemies kind of surround you a bit more. We can go for a full stack of 10 Shields of Order. That's probably worth doing. And a couple more knights. A few more of these. And just finish stocking up on those. That should be enough. I mean, I don't know how strong this is. It's only a graveyard. Very easy. Let's go for it. We've got some good defenders. Yeah, that seems pretty solid. Go for it like this. They do start off on the other side, so that makes things even easier. Okay, so it's an interesting map, but no range units at all. Rats have quite a lot of movement. But yeah, I think we should be fine. Stay where we are, these guys come forward. We can finish them off. Pretty easy. So the Shields of Order, they have the shielded ability for range resistance. They also have Inspired, which gives them extra melee offense. Oh no, it's because they're in front of the Fey Nobles. But yeah, we can also go for a defend spell, which I guess there's no need to rush forward. We can do so much damage to the rats. There we go, so this is a proper deployment of stakes that can have no way through. The next round begins. We can't quite get out of their range, but maybe we can go for an earth block after a couple more turns. Let's try going back. No earth block. What am I missing? Or perhaps there is, but yeah, okay, so this is an auto-populating list of spells, so there are actually a bunch more spells we can go for that I wasn't looking at. So I could, for example, go down there. Go back to this, we can go for earth block. And let's see who can reach us. Just that one stack. So if we go for earth block there and there, then we defend. Should be fine. Okay, so those guys have pretty poor initiative, which makes them a lot easier to deal with. Shouldn't need to take any losses. There we go. Extra momentum, and Risen are pretty weak. Just kind of standard, slow, weak zombie units. Probably won't take any losses. Just go straight for that, which we do. Okay, let's see what we get as a reward. 2,000 gold. Ethel's Blessing. Ethel's Blessing. Not completely sure what that was. Anyway, let's actually pass over the artifact. And let's pull back. Okay, so Baron Silverlink, we're not going to waste any time, we're going to go straight for the portal. Some good artifacts to pick up, let's see what they do. So +9 defense, might as well equip that I guess. More Gloves of the Wild Hunt. Aurelia's Ashes for 20 initiative, that's very powerful. Okay. So there are some things we can pick up. There's the Farseer's Vessel. I guess we have to go all the way around. I'm not sure if the AI is having trouble, because they've not really taken any of that stuff yet. Have to bear in mind, of course, this is a custom-made map, so if it does turn out that the AI is struggling with it, that's probably a result of something in the map creation not being quite functional. Round Shield, +5 Ancient Amber. It's all pretty basic. Yeah, still no sign of them. Claim this. So that gives us extra view, and yeah, we can't really see any sign of our opponent. Let's go back down to this. Could probably give up one of these stacks, I'm sure we can do better at this point. But then again, they're all fairly solid. We could do with some more Shields of Order. Go for a couple more of those, one more of these, more of those. We don't really need to give up any of these stacks. This is kind of the point where in most games you would definitely be building up a second hero, but we're pretty much fine. Let's go pick this up. Pick up some gold. Oh, we forgot to pick up stuff from the graveyard. Okay. Gauntlets. Arcane Tome. Plus 50% spell damage power. I think that does combine really well with the Talisman of Destruction. Let's give up the Mechanical Bird. There we go. Okay, so we're doing fine for gold. I think we should probably just go for something like a lumber mill. Yep, tons of gold. Okay, let's just push on. There's a factory there. I'm not sure what that does, and I am curious, but also we don't need to go for it. I'm pretty sure it's just a barrier dwelling, because we are now moving into the barrier lands. An extra +1 movement from that. 2,000 gold to level up again, definitely will do that. We'll go for command again, because we definitely have space and money for more units. So this time round, we can go for another stack of 5 Fey Nobles. Okay, that should be fine. Let's just pass these across. There we go. Yeah, this map is a lot longer than I expected it to be, but I am enjoying it. I'm hoping the AI is at least kind of awake. They're still due to, I think, add more difficulty settings to the game, but with that said, I have been beaten by this AI a couple of times. So, there's definitely challenge. Okay, let's push on. So at this point, we're now through to the other side of the map, which means all of the enemies we're encountering are kind of basic. Oh, I stand corrected. 27 of those. Ah, I see. So this is the equivalent of that quite strong fight we took towards the end. I don't know why I said what I said. This is not an easy fight. We're up our stakes. But yeah, I think this is the toughest fight we're going to see on this side of the map. Okay, we can go for Earth Block, but let's not do it just yet. Okay, so we got stakes. These guys are kind of isolated, but we can probably block them in. Got lots of essence. Should have some good spells coming up. This stack of 27 is quite scary. What can we do? So Invigorate makes us very strong, but it's mostly useful for melee units. Explosive Fungi for 30 damage when stepped on. I think we still want to go for the Earth Block. Go for it there. And there as well. So we don't want to put ourselves in range of the Shields of Order. So I think we just block this up. Like that. So these are going to explode once the enemy makes contact. We can also drop their damage if we want to, but we do have quite a few range stacks about to attack. So skip this turn. Go defensive. Skip this turn too. Okay, so these guys can finish these off. So these Faey Rages can be very powerful, yeah, because they attack twice, +1 attack. So we want to finish those off ASAP. And let's just weaken these as much as we can. Can we drop their initiative? Not really seeing a means. We can make our units stronger for 1 round. We could give one of our units +1 attack. Thing is, that's probably more useful if they actually go into deadly range. Okay, so those come forward, these come forward. They go for the earth block. Could we put up another? We could. Apparently we can put it on the mushrooms. Okay, so +1 attack. Let's give these guys +1 attack. What else can we do? So we can't afford rally, we can afford to pacify. Well, let's just see how things go for now, because we do have quite a few rounds before they get to attack again. I'm going to step up to this, and I'm going to go defensive just to protect the sappers. These should be fine. Perhaps these guys can throw up stakes again, I'm not really sure. But in any case, we've made our choice. Let's go for rally. It's going to strengthen all of our units. Then we skip the turn. Do as much damage as we can to these. And to these. Double attack. Actually forgot which unit we used that on, so that's good. They all get to move now, we'll probably take a few losses. Yep, so they go for the Shields of Order. Finish these off. There we go. So a few losses there, but definitely not bad. So there shouldn't be too much in our way at this point, we should just be able to push straight forward. Let's go to this. I'm not going to stop off for too many things or to explore too many things because we are going fully aggressive at this point. We can see the AI has built up their town. In fact, has just gone for 2 farmhouses. So I'm guessing they just got a bit lost, perhaps. Didn't know they had to come in this direction. They've definitely been out of their town. Okay, so this is quite a few range units, so we do want to rush forward. Can't actually reach them. If we just go forward like this, that should be fine for now. Okay, so spellcasting situation, we could go for the blind, or whatever it's called. This one, Clouded Vision. Let's do that. Gonna ruin their turn. There we go, so they can't really do too much at this point. The stack of 9 tries to come forward. Let's finish these off. So this stack is not able to retaliate, so this is completely safe to go for. No need to do that, but never mind. Go for them with these as well. Then we send these forward. Finish these off. There we go. Yep, so all the kind of basic fights are fairly doable at this point. Should get progressively easier from here as we move into the enemy's starting zone. Okay, so we can see things they've claimed, but we can't see them. Let's go to the Essence Anomaly. Makes us stronger for our next fight. Push up straight towards their lands. We can see we've definitely entered their biome. It's gone all deserty. Bit reluctant to send my units too far forward, or my heroes even, or wielders. They do have some units, but not too many. Enchanted Bag of Acorns. +2 wood, okay. Alright, so there is a large camp there, so we can get a bit of extra defense for that guy. No sign of them. Let's go straight for their base. Okay, so they have built this up. We can see we have the option to pillage their dwellings, get some gold, and that forces them to come back and repair it, but overall, I think we're good just to go straight for their base. I'm not sure where their wielders are. Let's go straight for it. So these Diadreaths are known to be a very problematic unit because they attack you before you can attack them, and they can do it an unlimited number of times per round. But they can't reach us, so we don't need to get involved. They do have these guys who have much longer range, but they still can't reach us either. So I think we should be fine. There's no wielder in the space. Can afford to go slightly further forward. Do some damage to these. Can we block them in with the earth block in their own base? Looks like we can. Yeah, they're breaking through their own defenses just to get through. I didn't think those guys could reach us, but apparently they could. Alright, so I don't really want to fight this stack, but I've not got many other options. Let's just keep bullying those. Gonna skip the turn with these. Just gonna go full power against the Dreaths. There we go. So they have to reload this turn anyway, so that's going to be safe. Move up to this. So Justice kills any 2 units in the target troop, which makes it extremely powerful against top level opponents, top tier units such as Faey Nobles for example, but also Elder Dragons, which are currently the best unit in the game as of early access. Just kill off a couple of those. Okay, so the Pipers come forward. They have the ability to cast for the coin in my hand, which is a small boost to various types of offense. They can't retaliate, pretty sure. Oh, okay, I think the unupgraded version can't retaliate, but these guys can. So there's no point taking that risk. What's this? Apocalypse. 52 damage to all enemy troops. Oh no, that's mine too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the equivalent of Armageddon from Heroes 3. So maybe we don't go for that just yet. Other options. +1 attack. I think that would be pretty good. Use it on these. Go for justice on these again. Gonna skip these turn. Put up some stakes. Okay, so we double attack those, we finish them off. Didn't think these guys could reach us, but they can, so we do take a few losses, unfortunately. But yeah, this is not, I should stress, this is not a typical endgame. I think the AI just struggled to deal with this particular map. Finish those off with the Acid Cloud. Maybe I should have gone for Apocalypse, but I'm not sure if we'll actually have to chase down their wielder or not. I assume we will. So this is the end of siege choice. You can either occupy it, which gives you a pretty massive amount of resources per turn. Also increases your various stats. I'm not sure exactly how that works. There's Raise, which destroys 2 buildings per round. You get some loot, and then the town converts to you once it's all gone. And there's Convert. And when you convert it, I think you keep the buildings. But you have to put your wielder inside the town. I'm not 100% sure about if that is how Convert works. Maybe you do have to rebuild everything. I'm sure someone will confirm in the comments. This is still pretty newly released. I think we just go for Raise, because we don't really care about anything else. So Rigger gives us +2 hit points. Farsight 2 for +1 deadly range. Sounds pretty good. We'll go for that. Yeah, we don't really care too much about preserving that base. We just want to chase them down. There they are. So I'm not sure how strong they are. We'll end the turn, see where they go. They've definitely been struggling. We can reach them. So I'm pretty sure they just have this one wielder. He's not too strong, we should be good just to go for this. Few Diadreaths, which is always a problem. I'm gonna weaken these. They can reach us. Okay, the Pipers come forward. Those guys go for a shot, but they do almost no damage. Dreaths come forward, they can reach us, okay. Not sure what I missed there. So yeah, if we go for this attack, they will get to attack us first. We do take a loss for that. I thought we would survive, but just to show what they do. Kill these off pretty easy. I did mean to cast Apocalypse, but I forgot. Okay, so question is, was that their only wielder? Because on this game, it's not just a case of taking out the strongest hero, because often the backup heroes can be more or less just as strong. But... okay, so they do have more. Bit surprised by that. There, Everthink. So Everthink is coming towards this guy. They should probably get some more units, just in case. 24 militia, better than nothing. Go for the simple axe. And let's just tuck ourselves in a corner. Our main wielder's so fast, we should just be able to chase him down. Okay, can this guy actually reach the base? Can he take it back? He does. Alright, so this will definitely be the final fight. Let's see. Yeah, he's no stronger. He's got a few slightly better stacks, but this should still be fine. So yeah, pretty strong stacks of veteran musketeers, veteran pikeneers as well. Tinkerers. This is definitely their main, he's definitely a bit stronger. Okay, let's see if we can reach just about. So once again they're forced to attack their own barricades. They try to come forward, they've got the spear wall ability, they do quite a lot of damage to us with the musketeers, but they are now forced to reload for a round. So normally charging into spearmen, especially in spear wall formation, seems like a bad move. They do get to attack the first enemy that moves within melee range, and these guys have +1 reach to their melee range. So that's quite a good ability. However, I think if we just move to here, that keeps us safe, and we can maybe break through next round. Could definitely play this better, but safe to say I'm feeling confident. Should we go for the Apocalypse? This would literally be worse for us than it would be for them because we have more units. So I'm not going to get carried away just yet. Let's go for Justice on these. So when they reload, they do get to go for aim, which does increase their range and their damage. So reloading for them is nowhere near as bad as it is for our sappers. Let's just go for this. We'll take a lot in response, but we can then focus them down. Okay, so we've officially lost the stack. Still not going to go for it, not just yet. Could go for the Acid Cloud, however, I don't know if that stops us. So that needs 12 creation. I'm not sure why an Acid Cloud is linked to creation. Where is it? Where is Apocalypse? Maybe I can't afford it anymore with what I just did. Yeah. Okay, so I need one more destruction. 52 damage to all troops. Now's not the time, for sure. So let's just double check this. So it costs chaos and destruction, which means anything that doesn't cost chaos or destruction is fine. So Acid Cloud should be fine, surely. Let's see if it damages the barricades. No. Okay, fair enough. Oh crap, forgot these are still alive. Yeah, they're just out of range with everything, apart from these. Alright, I think we go for this. No, still can't afford it. Okay, next time we get some destruction, which I think the only destruction we're actually getting is from our wielder, as a result of his artifacts. So that would explain that. Okay, they come forward, they go for aim. Let's go for it, let's see what it looks like. I mean, yeah, that's essentially Armageddon. That's that's very much inspired by Armageddon. Okay, so still can't quite reach them, but if we just go for this, that does finish them off. So I certainly hope that was the last of their wielders, because I've crippled my own forces, but good to see the spell in action. Let's see. So this time round, let's just put Occupy. We gain resources each round, so I'm not really sure where the unit bonuses come from, unless that's just if we go into the town. Yeah, so we can go into the town. So we're currently occupying the town. Question is, do they have anything left? Everthink's come back, and he's come to attack us as we defend. And I'm not sure where all this came from. But I'm sure we can hold this off. Although we have lost one of our stacks. They have no range units, so this should be pretty straightforward. Okay, they haven't walked into the fungi just yet, but I'm pretty sure they will. And just finish them off like that, so they're definitely not that great against range units. Okay, let's see, is that the end? Yes, we have successfully completed the map, so there you go, that is Songs of Conquest, and that is the Arleon faction. We could have upgraded a few more of our units, but we did get to see a lot of things in action. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are interested in buying the game, I will leave a link in the description to my GOG affiliate link, where you can buy the game DRM free and support the channel at the same time. Otherwise, there are plenty of Heroes 3 or Songs of Conquest videos already up on the channel or coming soon, so do subscribe or check that out if you're interested. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.